guys? Time to show off an oldie but goodie. I have not made one of these builds since around build 450 or so. I've done two before, so about 800 builds ago, I did a couple Dreadnaught watches. And the dials were kind of like low in the stack of dials that I have, which I have like 2,000 or 3,000. So thought, you know what, it's a perfect time to do that, especially when I got in this Battleship gray cerakote case. So I thought, you know, it would be perfect. Let's grab one of those Dreadnaught dials. And these ones were done up in different styles. I had one that had a little bit of orange here. So I thought, since I just had some straps made, that would go perfect. And I hadn't used a black Atlas bezel in a minute, nor had I used one of these ceramic black with orange hour inserts. So all came together nicely. So got the dial on there. I did some light, super light polishing on the dial, and then clear coated it because these dials are kind of textured, and with black they show everything. So it took forever to even get the dial prepped. So grabbed a set of black and orange hands once I figured out what strap I was going with. Grabbed a black Atlas bezel. And then I went through my different inserts, came across this black with orange, and thought that would be perfect. So gunmetal case, gunmetal crown, and then I did a couple cool things that I haven't done in a minute. Did a stainless steel movement holder in there. I happen to have a full-sized rotor, which I have a couple, but the bearings on them are somewhat odd. So this is the first time I can use one of those. And since we're doing a Dreadnaught, I thought I would do a full window Vostok caseback, exhibition caseback. So lots of cool things on this. You've got my first design dial. There's a little BVW down there. I did the Dreadnaught in like the Tron style font. Actually hand drew what I wanted in this dial and sent it to a guy with some picture referencing, and we were able to come up with several of them. So this is a sandwich dial, so it is loomed differently on the back side. Drop it down here so you can see. So lots of cool with this one. Battleship gray cerakote case and crown. Black PVD Atlas bezel with ceramic insert. This strap is made from one of my wallets. Sometimes the wallets didn't come out perfectly, so we cut up some of the wallets and restitched them. So you've got one of my super soft wallets and a strap. You've got a full window exhibition caseback, a stainless steel movement holder, and a signed, full signed rotor in there. Black PVD buckle, and a nice little set of black and orange hands. Apparently my music stopped. Okay, Google, skip. Maybe it's at the end of a song. Okay, Google, what are you playing?
I can't find anything playing right now.
Yeah, I can't find anything playing right now either. That's the problem. Okay, Google, play the Midnight Radio on Brian's Pandora. So, bezel will turn left, it'll turn right. This is just a tension ring bezel.
Something went wrong.
Oh, something went wrong.
Give it another try.
Yeah, great. That's probably what's up. So bezel will turn left, it'll turn right. It is a tension ring bezel. I was going to up the tension on it but these are almost impossible to pull back off on cerakote without really grinding into the cerakote. So I just left it the way it is. Automatic mechanical, you see you get your rotor in the back, so as you move, it moves. So it's always weighted on the bottom. So this will keep your watch running. But if it's dead or you're not going to be very active, right before you put it on, make sure you wind it just a little bit. And how you do that is you back the crown off the threads until you hear it and feel it spinning. You'll have a little bit of play so you know you're off the threads. You can wind, and a wind is a turn clockwise as you're looking at it. Turning it towards you does not wind it, but it is a lot easier to keep your finger spacing and go back and forth. This for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on will keep your time throughout the day. If you do it for another 4 or 5 seconds, you will max out your 31-hour plus power reserve on it. You cannot overwind it. It has a slipping mainspring in there, so you can wind as much as you want. When you're happy with your winding, you're going to pull to the one and only click, and you can now set your time. Does not have a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. You also notice you've got what's called a wobble crown. That will deflect lateral pressure from going into the stem and into the movement, so when you're pushing and prying on it, you are not putting any adverse pressure on the movement or the keyless works. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 12:46 p.m.
I was waiting for it to say something went wrong. Like, yeah, no music, no time. That is the build. As with every build, you're going to get matching beats. I happen to have some of my Dreadnaught boxes. So it'll come with watch cleaners. It's good on all glass and metal parts. Everything here in the center. Non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue, as well as a microfiber. You're going to get a leather conditioner to keep that strap perfectly soft, if you would even need it. Apply it on the front and back using a rag of some kind. Don't use a microfiber. And let it soak in and remove any excess. And then lastly, you're going to get some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon, just repackaged in these little tubes. It is like Polywatch. It's for your domed acrylic glass because you can scratch it. If you do, no big deal. Put a tiny bit of this on it and buff it out using your color matching microfiber. If the scratch is up and down, just go left and right, filling that scratch, haze it, buff it out. Should be gone. If it's still there, wait a little bit, let that solidify, and then do it again. If you scratch the cerakote, that's a different situation. Don't do that. It's just like paint on your car, though it's applied and baked on. So it's supposed to be a little bit more durable than that, but it's the same thing. If you scratch your car, you're in trouble. You can use some WD-40 or, well, not WD-40. You're going to want to use some gun oil. You can kind of somewhat hide that scratch in cerakote. That is if it is not down to the paint. Or, I'm sorry, down to the bare metal. So, yeah, not the paint. So, that's the build. If it's going to you, you're getting build number 3 of the Dreadnaught series. I think I said did one in the 440s and one in the 460s. And that was 800 builds ago. And you're going to get an oversized Atlas pillow here. And that's the build. Thank you guys so much for your support. And if you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. If you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.